So in like incel mythology, right? You're still an incel if you're gay. You're still an
Yeah.
incel if you only have sex with men. So like
Right.
you don't actually get to ascend by going into like gaymaxxing, quote unquote.
Mhm.
But what I explained in this video that I made for you actually, that I never sent to you, so you don't know that I made it for you,
Mhm.
um, is that like maxing does mean to like lose your virginity.
Gaymaxxing is not ascension. So it cannot become gay because that's not ascension. So is the idea that all transmaxers will become transbians? Here's a comment that interested me. I get a lot of stuff from people who say like transmaxing isn't a real thing. No one does this unironically. This is purely this thing that like exists in internet culture, and it's made up by incels to troll. And so you can't take anyone seriously who says that they're doing this. And here's a comment. It says there's also gaymaxxing, where you get addicted to gay stuff. So you can open yourself up to dating men. As you can see, everything incels come up with is tongue-in-cheek, and it surprises me that normies take it so literally. So I'd like to get your thoughts on that. Like, what do you think about? So first of all, is this an ironic phenomenon? Let's start there.
Yes and no.
Okay.
I think in some ways it's meant to be like slightly ironic. It's very, I don't want to say chronically online, but it's very online culture based, where like, I don't know if hyper real is the right word to use here, but like all of the concepts are like hyper real.
I get what you're saying in terms of it being slightly ironic, right? This is, it's kind of like, I call it like half irony. It's not really post irony. It's like it's like mostly sincere, but a little ironic. Here's another question. So transmaxers, right? Why do they not simply become gay? This is another question I hear a lot.
Yeah.
Answer that.
Well, okay, there's a couple different backgrounds we could take it from. So in like incel mythology, right? You're still an incel if you're gay. You're still an incel if you only have sex with men. So like you don't actually get to ascend by going into like gaymaxxing, quote unquote. But what I explained in this video that I made for you actually, that I never sent to you, so you don't know that I made it for you, is that like maxing does mean to like lose your virginity. And yes, what you said, and that is a technically correct. Technically, that is a correct answer. However, maxing does mean more than just to lose your virginity. It also means, like, if you look at Looksmaxxing, that's simply to improve your life by improving your appearance. So, like,
so maxing is any kind of self-improvement?
That's the way that I took it to mean. Although I did explain that this was my misunderstanding because I'm using the like ascension term from PSL or Looksmaxx forums rather than incel forums. So that's my fault.
Right, and well, also none of these terms have good definitions, like good canonical definitions. Like, let's say you're looking for at the incel wiki to try to get a canonical. Those are changing all the time. Multiple incel wikis, impossible. So even just by talking about it, we are kind of hammering the definition home and trying to like define it, right? So gaymaxxing is not ascension. So it cannot become gay because that's not ascension. So is the idea that all transmaxers will become transbians?
Transmaxers can become transbians.
Is that the idea behind, is it necessary or it's unrelated?
No, the transmax is like, okay, so if you think about transmaxing as a multi-max, right? If you think about it as a multi-max, it's Looksmaxxing, it's status maxing, kind of, a little bit. If you watch the video that I'll send you after this, it'll make more sense. But you're doing multiple maxes in order to improve your life, but it's unrelated to like the dating aspects. You're transitioning to improve yourself, which is, remember, this is for you. This isn't a blanket thing for everybody. Not every single person should transmax. But if you are being called to transmax, then like there's a reason why you are being called to transmax, is kind of my idea behind it.
That makes sense. What I'll dig into is, I think I remember at the end of your response video, you said that, a possible mass ascension for incels is that they all transmax. Based on maybe your logic, right? Does that logic hold up, or it's a personal thing? Like, how much do you believe that unironically? Because I know you believe it a little bit unironically, at least.
I said the term because you said incellerationism, right? And I was saying, well, if that's how you're going to create more of them, the pink pill is the way that you're going to create less of them. It's the only logical inverse to the term that you created.
It's like a de-incellationism.
Exactly. That's the word that I put on the screen.
De-incel, right. You know what? You're right. And there could be a term for that, you know, like accelerationism is like /ac, right? So incelerationism would be I/ac, incel accelerationism. But then there's de-accelerationism, which is D/ac. So probably something like D/I/ac. Perfect. Essential terminology. So I have some other questions.